Cleaning and maintaining your Traeger pellet grill is essential and will help keep it running the way it should. To avoid heating problems, you need a vacuum or Shopvac as part of the cleaning process. I'll explain why later in the video. The grill grates can get pretty messy even after cooking one meal. To clean the grate without damage, I recommend using a wooden scraper like this, and I'll list this in the description so it's easy for you to find. It's strong enough to remove burnt-on bits without damaging the grate. Plus, the Traeger manual suggests to avoid using any metal brushes on their products. It might take a little more time, but it really helps me to get the charred residue off. Once I'm done scraping, I'll use a paper towel to wipe off anything that's still stuck on there. And for this part, it's helpful to wear rubber gloves, but half the time I do and the other times I don't. Now lay some newspaper or cardboard on the ground. This is to help avoid getting grease on my concrete when I set the grate down. Now it's time to work on the drip tray. Everything falls on this when cooking, and that's why it should be wrapped in foil. And by the way, this is a Texas Elite 34 model, but what I'm showing you today should apply to most Traeger pellet grills. With this, I'll carefully roll it up and toss it in the trash. Now I can take out the tray to continue the cleaning. Here's where I'll need a Shopvac. I know it sounds weird to use a vacuum on a barbecue grill, but you'll see why. The burning of pellets creates a lot of sawdust in the enclosure. This doesn't have to be done every time, but I do recommend that after 3 or 4 cooking sessions, the inside should be vacuumed out. You can see how much sawdust can accumulate. The most important part to keep clean is the firebox. Right now, mine has about ½ an inch of sawdust in there. As this builds up, it will affect the Traeger's ability to maintain temperature. That's because the sawdust restricts airflow and the number of pellets that can enter the firebox. But be gentle when vacuuming here so you don't damage the igniter. At this point, let's wrap new foil on the drip tray. This will help make future cleanings easier. Even though I've had the tray covered since it was new, you can see it still gets a bit dirty and rusty. Okay, we're almost done. Reinstall the heat shield over the firebox and make sure it lines up with the notches on the bottom. Now set the drip tray in. On the left, it has a lip that will hook onto the side of the grill so it won't move around. Once the clean grate goes on top, it's pretty much done. Okay, and one more thing. The heat sensor should be checked once a year. If it's really dirty, use some steel wool and lightly clean off the debris attached to it. Finally, empty the grease bucket if needed, and also take a quick peek in the chimney for blockage. At this point, my Traeger is all clean and ready for cooking. If this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on all my DIY videos.